January 20th, 2010. This video is in response to someone who has asked me to say a little bit about what it's like for me, what it's like for someone with Kundalini rising to go through the night. And the night is, of course, when a lot of the Kundalini energies come to the front and begin doing their work. And so, yes, traditionally for me, the nights can be rather challenging. And so, let's see, just a couple things off the top of my head. The first thing is that I cannot sleep in a bed anymore. Years ago, just all of a sudden, for no apparent reason to me at that time, I had to start sleeping on the floor. And so I have been sleeping on the floor ever since, which does help out a lot. So I'm glad that that did spontaneously arise out of my situation, even though at the time I couldn't explain it. The other thing is I can't turn the lights on. I don't know. Don't ask me to explain any of these things. Just I've never really been one to turn the lights on at night. Honestly, as a yogi, I tend to hang out in the dark with candles. And so that one's not a really big one for me, but I'll just mention I can't turn the lights on. I do have to also not have any electronic equipment in my sleep space, and if I do, it can't be plugged in. Let's see. The energies usually come in for me starting at about 6 o'clock. And at that time, I just begin to feel a variety of vibrational phenomena through my body, which I've described in various other posts. The inner sound I hear intensifies. It puts through tones that sort of takes my consciousness anywhere from a little bit to a lot out of the standard everyday waking physical reality that I normally experience. And I begin experiencing things like being bilocated. For instance, if I'm laying on the floor, it will also feel like I'm laying up there on the ceiling looking down. Or if I'm laying on the floor facing north, it will also feel like I'm on my practice space facing south, which is just the polar opposite. Things like this. Can't drive at night, can't go out at night. As of about 6 months ago, that started to become near impossible. And not really sure how long that will continue. And I have gone out once or twice in the last year at night, but again, at this point, at this time, it's not in my deck of cards. By about 10 o'clock, the energies will insist I stop doing all things 3D. So at this time, I will lay down and attempt to go to bed. I use the word attempt very strongly because not often am I let to actually just rest. So at around 10 o'clock, the energies and sounds will intensify to a point where I can no longer keep my awareness in 3D reality. For instance, it will be very hard if I were using the computer to see the computer screen. I actually have to fight and try hard to do that, which I sometimes do because the energies are so intense and the electrical currents are so intense that I can't rest. and I definitely can't sleep, and so I'll periodically get up and check the computer for letters. Um, the electrical currents work very strongly through my body. This does feel like being lightly electrocuted, like you were zapped with electricity. And the electrical currents that have been flowing through me for the past year seem concentrated from the pelvic floor down through my feet. And these electrical currents will make my legs jump and shake and, extend long, like you might imagine with someone who is having electrical currents of energy zapped through them. So I go through this for about an hour or so, and then normally I'm let to rest. But I will say that as of the beginning of this year, the energies are high, they're staying high, they are not coming back down. I am now being asked to elevate myself to this level, and if I cannot bring myself up to a point that can withstand that intensity of light, that intensity of energy, then I am fully aware that I may begin to evidence some discomfort and illness and pains, etc. So that's what I'm working on right now. Trying to open my consciousness out and bring the consciousness of my physical body up, open it out to a point that can withstand this new intensity of energy. It's quite hard. I have not been able to sleep very well since the first of the year. I'm kept up, well after 2 o'clock in the morning. So this is 4 or 5 hours with intense energies and electrical currents and other vibrational phenomena such as the bilocating and things like that happen. So I'm hoping that this doesn't sound like too much of a downer. I'm trying to just put it through as honestly as I can right here. And there are many wonderful things that are happening to me in this process, and they are surely, 100-fold more wonderful than going through. I don't mind going through this. It's not easy, but I don't mind because I know what the result's going to be. And I've had so many wonderful experiences given to me through this that these perils of learning to ascend, not really perils, these this journey of learning to let go of the old reality, it's just, it's okay. It's okay. I'd like to leave off on a bit of an up note. So, last night, I was kept up way late last night. 2:30. I'm on my stomach. The electrical currents are still being shot through me, and my legs are still fishing around, and I'm just sort of looking out the back window out into the patio garden, wondering if I'm ever going to get to sleep. And I hear one simple sentence come through my mind. It's my guide saying, well, you can't sleep through your own awakening. It's true. Yes.